guys, it is Sonia, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another speed build. We are back with another installment of the Squish, and we are building a tiny house on wheels today, which I've been really excited to do, and I've actually had this on my to-do list for a while, and I just got reminded to do it because I recently saw a video that Lukey had posted. If you haven't seen their YouTube channel before, I will link their channel down below. They do so many amazing tiny house builds as well. So it's another channel that's really into the Squish. If you want to check that out, I will link their channel down below. Definitely check them out. They are fantastic. But anyway, basically what inspired, I think, anyone that's doing a tiny house on wheels is this trailer with wheels that came with the latest update that unlocked a bunch of live edit objects from around the world. And I've just been wanting to do this forever, and I'm just really excited to have finally sat down and did a tiny house on wheels, because we haven't really had a great way to do one on wheels before, because I mean, we don't really have wheels in the game. You could make some weird stuff with other items in the game, and there's some talented, like super talented builders that have done some really cool stuff on wheels before. However, I find this really cool, and I haven't gone to town on like trying to make wheels before, so I thought this was really fun. And I used so many items from this cheat. I went to town on this. I really wanted this to be a starter home, a tiny house on wheels, and a limited pack build. And I achieved that. This ends up coming in at a little under 20,000 simoleons. It's 19.7 thousand. And it only uses a couple of items from Get Together and a couple of items from Parenthood. Other than that, it's entirely base game. And that's really cheap for the amount of landscaping I did, but that's because I used almost entire, I think all just landscaping from the new cheat. So it's all free, which is fantastic, because that means starter homes can look so much better now with that cheat. That makes me so happy. But anyway, if you like this house and you'd like to download it, it is on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi. I'll also have that linked down below, both that information and a direct link to the gallery website if you'd prefer to download it that way. Anyway, we are just adding some dirt under the truck right now to kind of make it look like it just pulled into the yard. I didn't imagine this had a ton of, planned space to have a car parked. This was just a pretty area that they ended up parking this tiny house in, and I just thought it looked really nice, and I didn't want it to look like too pre-planned. I love the garden areas though. I think maybe this was a lush area to begin with, and then they, added a little bit more. We have this nice little pathway and this flower bed over here. And like the structured one as well, which we end up putting a bunch of greenery in, and these beautiful rock clusters. Oh, I just went through these menus for absolutely ages. I just wanted to use everything. There's so many items I still haven't even gotten the chance to use, and I have so many ideas of builds I want to do. So hopefully some of those will be coming soon. I'm probably going to spend the rest of the night building after I finish this voiceover, so I'm really excited about that. And I cut a lot of the roofing out because I changed it a bunch, and I did some really funky things. So you might see just switch to a weird looking roof for a bit and then disappear again. So apologies for that. I just spent so much time on stuff I didn't end up keeping. I thought it was best to just cut it, and it should be switching to a weird roof just about now, maybe in a moment here. Also, I did play test this build and everything is functional. I've been trying to make sure to do that more. This is the weird roof. I don't know what I was doing. It's interesting, but I don't like how it came out in the end. But I was just messing around, and it's good to experiment with different stuff sometimes. I went with a more simple roof for this. It's a slightly different orientation for the roof than I would normally do. You'll see what I mean when we get there, because I typically put the roof facing the other way than this, not have it long. It's more short. I don't know if you know what I mean. It's more the orientation of the bump out in the front instead of the direction I have it in the back. I have no idea if that makes sense, but the way I had it the first time I put the roof down before we got to the weird roof shape. I also changed the colors of the house and the roof and the windows so many times. And then I changed it one last time at the end to kind of a weird outside look, because it's actually an indoor wallpaper from Parenthood, but I thought it looked a little bit like the siding you might see on some campers or RVs, and I thought that was kind of cool to mix in because I've never used that before. So that's what we're going to be doing there, but we're just figuring out the interior color scheme, as well as layout. And I had thought about having counters going all the way across this wall, but I ended up having kind of a corner kitchen like I've been doing a lot in my tiny homes lately, because I thought it fit really well for here. And then we kind of have a makeshift archway into the bedroom space, which I thought worked perfectly. There is a fully functional kitchen, fully functional bathroom, a bookcase, a guitar, an easel, a place to eat outside, lots of gardening space. Like, this has like everything you would need in a tiny home, and I'm pretty happy with it. I also really enjoyed using the color scheme of the green accents on the inside. We're going to be changing that up in the bedroom area momentarily, but I thought it looked so cute. And I used this bed from Parenthood. This is where I was like, okay, Parenthood, because I didn't want to make it entirely base game, because I wanted some different things. I really didn't want to use a base game bed. But I think the main things in here that are from other packs is the bed and the dresser that we're going to put in. And then I think the get together stuff is just those columns I'm using, those simple white columns, which I love using. Oh wait, I think I added some clutter from Parenthood as well. Yeah, I think I did. So it's a very limited pack build, and there's only a couple items from other packs. So like if you only have base game this house, it'll totally work for you. You just need to place down a different bed and dresser, but you can fit those in the space for sure. And the columns will be missing. So it's still going to be pretty much functional. You just need to pick a different bed, which will probably be cheaper than the bed I picked anyway. I didn't check how much this bed cost, because I just really wanted something not base game, and I was like, this one's cute. But that should be no issue whatsoever. And we have a little TV in here, and then the clutter I'm going to be grabbing is the like brush and this one right here, the brush and the hair dryer, which I thought looked pretty nice and realistic. And of course I put a bunch of clutter on the shelf above the bed. Oh yeah, we have a computer in this tiny house too. We have a laptop. Like, this really has it all and is still starter price, which I was very happy with. I didn't even go into this thinking starter home, but then how much landscaping I got done with only like 3,000 simoleons, I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna make this a starter home, because I actually get a ton of requests to do tiny homes that are starter homes and starter homes in general. I did one a couple weeks ago. It wasn't really a tiny home, it was a coastal themed starter house, and I quite enjoyed that. I just like to get carried away with my builds usually and don't stick to a budget, but it is nice occasionally. And I was just inspired to do so with this one. But I'm definitely going to have some builds that, don't really stick to a budget sometime soon, probably, because I love to get carried away. And I think I might have a community lot coming, because one of the ideas that's been rattling around in my head all day is not a house. And I'm very excited about that. Hopefully it comes out okay, and I'm not just saying this and then it never happens, but we shall see. I'm probably going to get started on that as soon as I finish this. But here is the picnic table, because I couldn't fit a dining space inside, because I really wanted to make sure we had a computer, have a nice office space, because it's really necessary to have a computer in the game at this point. You do everything on there. You can find your jobs, browse the internet, like learn a bunch of skills. Like, there's so much to do on your computers in the game. So I think that's nice to have, and I love the laptop that we got with the base game update as well. It's just so cute. I think it's it's definitely more expensive than some of the cheaper computers. So if you still wanted to have a computer and live in this house, you could totally delete the laptop and put in like a chunky older computer and get a little bit of extra simoleons that way. And yeah, I don't know. I think it would work out pretty well. And then I'm like, oh, I didn't put a mailbox or a trash can, so we're figuring out where to place those real quick here. And then I think just a little bit more landscaping, but we're coming to the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye, everybody.